14.
So you get a down 3.
Mm-hmm.
You initially want to call timeout, just maybe take me through that.
Yeah, I mean, that's always the plan, but that's on me. That's not on the guys. I could run on the floor and call timeout. I was at half court trying to call it, but we just couldn't get that done. That's on me.
But I've seen at times, other times where, you just let them roll with it with the time.
When you're down 3, that's a lot tougher. Just in that moment. Now, you could run it up and try to get off a shot, but the last time we ran a side out, we got a 3. And so we had another play ready for that situation. So that's, as I told the team, all this stuff is going to help us as we go down the stretch.
And I'm curious, just your thoughts on just how, we're down 10 because of just maybe the way he fought back.
Yeah, I mean, I told him that the ability to stay in there and get back in the game when pretty much everybody thought it was over. Like that's who we are. We can build off of that. But over the course of the game, the number of threes that we gave up off of our mistakes put us in that position. I thought we went under on their shooters way too many times, out of timeouts. The one where Clarkson hit it on the side out of bounds, like that was an indicator of how we had a lot of mistakes as far as 3-point shooters are concerned. The awareness of, who's coming off of the screen. I thought that put us in mud. And then 2 games in a row, we've given up close to 40 points in the third quarter. That's not been something that we have come accustomed to here. The third quarter defense has to get a lot better. Mm-hmm.
How would you have looking back,
It depends. I mean, there's a number of things you can do based on timeouts you have and the situation. When you have one timeout and you're done, you got to try to get up a first clean look 3. If not, then you can get a 2, and then you're in foul mode. So for me, it's look for the 3. If you can get a catch shot 3 in that situation, you take it. And if you can't, you want to get points, and then you're in foul mode just to get possessions.
Some of those defensive lapses you're talking about, is that I thought it not having a shoot around practice, is that maybe not missing Chris a little bit?
I mean, it's probably a combination of a number of things. One, they're the number 1 offense in the team in the league, and they shoot a lot of threes, so they're used to playing that way. It could be because of lack of practice time and not having Chris and putting guys in different situations. I mean, you can go through the machinations all day long. It doesn't matter. That's what happened, and we just have to be better. Yeah, I mean, this is 2 games in a row we're playing against bigger guys. They had 14. That's deflating when you get a stop and you give up that many extra possessions, and then you couple that with 17 threes made. So we have to do a much better job of especially when you're blitzing in pick and roll, it exposes you on the backside, and the threes and the offensive rebounding put us in a bit of a bind.
Did you like the initiative off the dribble that you saw from other guys besides Devin?
Yeah, I thought, especially to start the game, we played in 0.5, and if you look, our offense wasn't terrible tonight. We just, got bogged down because they were scoring so much in that third quarter. They were getting back to set their defense. I thought that hurt us, but I thought we played with decent pace tonight. There were times where the ball stopped and we were forced to, hoist up tough shots, but against a good defensive team, that's going to happen.
I've watched Chris the last couple of games in the bench. Definitely as a point guard, especially with the post on the floor. Not being specific, what's his dialogue like, and how does that help you?
He's usually telling me what he sees or certain situations that we can, walk through and in practice so that we can be better going forward. It's always something to help the team. That's just Chris. You know, he's talking to me, he's talking to the assistants, he's talking to the players. And he just has a high care factor. And usually when he tells me something, I go and do it right after he tells me, because he's usually right.
I'm trying to give an idea on the challenge because.
Listen, I am like more confused than anybody about the challenges. I had an official tell me the other day because they called a delay of game that I couldn't challenge. I've never heard that. That's the problem I have with it. It seems like every year we keep adding to the rules and none of us as coaches know what all of the rules are. And tonight they saw a foul that happened in proximity of the play. It's just confusing. That's not me, you know, I'm not worried about a fine. I'm just confused on it. I don't know how many, it seems like every time we talk about the challenge, it's because of a new rule that's been added that none of us have heard about. You know what I'm saying? And I got confused in OKC when they told us we couldn't call it because there was a delay of game. Never heard that. And so tonight was one of those situations where they saw something else. Now, I have heard that before, but in that moment, you just don't agree with it. You know, you're challenging the call and then you see something else that's just frustrating. But for me, it's just like, we need a list of the rules so that we can all be clear on it. Because there's just too many times where I'm looking down at the other head coach and we're both like, what was that? You know? And so that's something that we just have to get more clarification on. Like, what are the rules? And like, let's stick to them. Because it seems like we're kind of adding to the whole deal. Every 10 games or so, you learn something else.
Want to go in OKC to here early game. Looking at being thrown in the fire is something you can take away from it.
Yeah, I mean, 3 out of 4, basically 3 out of 3.5. That's a tough scenario, especially without, you know, 2 of your top point guards. Again, man, I'm like proud of our guys, the way we battled. If we could have gone 2-1 in this scenario, it would have been a huge win for us. We went 1-2, not what we wanted, but I think we're learning a lot about our team. We're learning, you know, how much we appreciate Chris and Cam and the guys that handle the ball a ton, but all of this stuff is going to make us stronger.
When I look at the West, much is considered about you guys as a team, much is considered about the Warriors as a team, but then you look at 3-8, you got a young Memphis, you got a Utah Jazz team. Candidly, curious to know, what did you learn? You talked about the Jazz being a high cooking, quick shooting team. What did you learn today about the Jazz? Looking at them up close and personal after the All-Star break, and maybe you didn't know today.
Nothing. They shoot the 3 ball a ton. They're physical on defense. They have a number of veterans on the floor. Like, this is who they've been for a while. They're just healthy. And so that's about the only difference. They've played like this now for 3 years. So there's nothing new about them. They get up 43s. They have guys who can score off the dribble. They have really good defenders at the rim, but they've been that for a few years. Yep. Thank you.